Hello everybody, welcome to iExamBee's Legal Bee. This is Amrita, your law faculty here at iExamBee. I have started a series of discussion relating to judgments, 5 most important judgments from Indian Penal Code, and I have started this series topic wise. आज का जो वीडियो मैंने बनाया है वो लास्ट टॉपिक है इंडियन पीनल कोड से, दैट इज गोइंग टू डील विद जजमेंट्स फ्रॉम द chapter of defamation and also some other offenses I will be covering. If you have not watched the other videos of this series, I would suggest all of you to check the playlist of Legal Bee and go through all the videos. Welcome to iExamBee and iExamBee's YouTube channel Legal Bee. इसको सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए जल्दी से, बाकी बेनिफिशियल वीडियोस के लिए, कंटेंट के लिए एंड स्ट्रैटेजिक प्रिपरेशन के लिए। अगर आपकी कोई भी क्वेरीज है, यू कैन रीच आउट टू अस बाय एनी ऑफ द फॉलोइंग मेथड्स एंड आल्सो यू कैन राइट इन द कमेंट सेक्शन ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो। The first case that I will be dealing with is from defamation. Jawaharlal Darda versus Manohar Rao Ganpat Rao, 1998 का केस है ये. In this case, the accused had published a news item in the newspaper Dainik Lokmat. And the news item in the instant case was that when a question regarding misappropriation of the government funds was put to the minister concerned, he had replied that a preliminary inquiry was made by the government and it disclosed that some misappropriation had taken place. When questioned further about the names of 5 persons, including that of the complainant in the sense जिसने defamation के charges लगाए हैं इस केस में, the complainant filed a complaint alleging that he had been defamed and pleaded that the accused be punished under section 499, 500, 501 and 502 read with section 34 of Indian Penal Code. So जब आगे questioning की गई तो complainant ने 5 लोगों के नाम डाल दिए और उनके अगेंस्ट एक defamation का केस बना दिया. So the accused contended that publication against the complainant was true and was made for the public good. You know that there are when defenses available against the charges of defamation to an accused. So he has taken up this defense that the publication that was made was against the complainant, but it was true. It was truth, imputation of truth was there and it was done for public good. So the trial court, admitting the contention of the accused, quashed the complaint. On the appeal, the Supreme Court, this went till the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court of India observed that what the accused has published in the newspaper was an accurate and true report of the proceedings of the assembly. So involvement of the respondent was disclosed by the preliminary inquiry made by the government. As it is वही truth को publish किया गया है. If the accused bona fide believing the version of the minister to be true published the report in good faith, it cannot be said that they intended to harm the reputation of the complainant. So in this case, what was held finally? That the news item was published for complainant, therefore no offence against the accused was made out. इस पर्टिकुलर केस में ये क्लियर हो जाता है कि अगर आप ट्रू चीज़ें पब्लिश कर रहे हैं, द ट्रूथ इज being published in the newspaper, the report was something which was the report of government and as it is उसने वही publish किया था and it was in good faith. So this cannot amount to defamation. This was held by the Honorable Supreme Court of India as well and trial court ने भी यही decision दिया था. So defamation के ingredients and defenses को समझने के लिए ये एक काफ़ी अच्छा case law है. Second, State of Maharashtra versus Anna Hazare. This is also a case of defamation only. In this case, the complainant lodged a complaint alleging that the accused has committed an offence under section 499, 500, 501 and 502 by maligning his reputation when Anna Hazare, a reputed social worker, alleged that the complainant minister of Maharashtra state was involved in bribery. Anna Hazare सबको पता ही है, he is a very famous social activist. So उन्होंने ये imputations किए थे against the minister of Maharashtra state for involving in bribery. Municipal magistrate had sentenced the accused to undergo 2 months imprisonment. Accused कौन है यहाँ पे? Anna Hazare. As there was no evidence of minister's involvement in bribery, because उन्होंने जो statement दिए थे उसमें कोई भी evidence नहीं था. उन्होंने without any evidence statement दिया था that the minister is involved in bribery. So इसको defamation करार दे दिया गया and municipal magistrate ने उनको 2 months की imprisonment भी दे दी. बट इसकी वजह से पब्लिक में काफ़ी अप्रोर हो गया था इन द एंटायर कंट्री बिकॉज अन्ना हजारे के काफ़ी सारे फॉलोअर्स हैं. सो द महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट लेटर रिलीज अन्ना हजारे इन द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ public. But you can understand that the defamation charges were successful against him in this particular case because whatever he said, he was not having any evidence for that. अगर ये एविडेंस होता या फिर अगर वो ट्रू स्टेटमेंट होता तो फिर उनको बेनिफिट ऑफ द डिफेंस मिल जाता. Third case, Mahantappa versus State of Karnataka, 1999. This is not a case of defamation. This is of another offence that is relating to section 201 of IPC. In this case, the accused persons had committed murder. ऐसे आपको बहुत सारे केसेस मिलेंगे जहाँ पे डेड बॉडी को डिस्पोज कर दिया जाता है एंड ऑल. सो वो भी एक पनिशेबल ऑफेंस है. सेक्शन 201 ऑफ IPC, causing disappearance of evidence of offense or giving false information to screen the offender. या तो आप एविडेंस को पूरी तरीके से डिसअपियर कर देंगे, मिटा देंगे, या फिर आप फॉल्स इन्फॉर्मेशन देंगे अक्यूज को बचाने के लिए. सो दैट विल अमाउंट टू एन ऑफेंस अंडर सेक्शन 201 ऑफ IPC. In this case, the accused persons committed murder and they were held liable under 201. यानी कि 302 में तो जो उनको पनिशमेंट जो हुई होगी, but 201 was also applied on them when they threw the dead body into a hut and they set the hut on fire. Next case, PV Narasimha Rao versus State, 1998. This is also an important one relating for your examination. Prevention of Corruption Act आपको सिलेबस में है and public servant से रिलेटेड आपको सारे चैप्टर्स IPC के भी पढ़ने हैं. सो उससे रिलेटेड भी आपको कंसेप्ट क्लियर होनी चाहिए. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, द डेफिनेशन ऑफ पब्लिक सर्वेंट as in IPC also, section 21, and also when you look into the act, section 2 clause C8 of the Prevention of Corruption Act, a wide interpretation has been given to public servant. This provision widens the scope of public servant to include MPs, MLAs and even judges of the Supreme Court and High Court. Even if there is no master and servant relationship between the MPs, MLAs and Speaker of the House, the judges of the constitutional courts, High Court, Supreme Court, and the President of India also, who is having the entire executive power vested in him of the Union of India as per Article 53 of the Constitution. So ये जजमेंट काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है अगर आपको पब्लिक सर्वेंट का इंटरप्रिटेशन समझना है तो पब्लिक सर्वेंट के कैटेगरी में ये सारे लोग भी आते हैं, इवन इफ अगर उनका मास्टर सर्वेंट रिलेशनशिप ना हो तो भी. सो द डेफिनेशन ऑफ पब्लिक सर्वेंट हैज बीन वाइडेंड इन दिस पर्टिकुलर केस एंड मेनी अदर केसेस दैट आर फॉलोड बाय आफ्टर दिस केस. ये जजमेंट को अपहेल्ड किया गया है. यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया वर्सेस अशोक कुमार मित्रा 1995. जैसे मैंने आपसे कहा CBI APP एग्जाम के लिए पब्लिक सर्वेंट एंड उससे रिलेटेड ऑफेंसेस काफ़ी ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो इन दिस केस ऑल्सो इट वॉज हेल्ड दैट एन एम्प्लॉय ऑफ अ नेशनलाइज्ड बैंक इज अ पब्लिक सर्वेंट. बैंक से रिलेटेड भी अगर नेशनलाइज्ड बैंक है तो उनका एम्प्लॉय डेफिनेटली पब्लिक सर्वेंट के डेफिनेशन में आएगा. So this also you have to know. Similarly, like the employees of Life Insurance Corporation, General Insurance Corporation of India, all these people are coming under the definition of public servant. ऐसे कई सारे judgments आप पढ़ सकते हैं and इस जब भी आपको कोई term में कोई confusion है, क्योंकि IPC में से definition based questions भी आ जाते हैं and अगर कोई चैप्टर्स है जो उससे रिलेटेड है डेफिनेटली दे कैन आस्क यू. सो आप अगर ऐसे जजमेंट्स पढ़ते हैं तो आपको क्लैरिटी आ जाती है, योर कंसेप्ट गेट्स क्लियर. सो दिस वाज ऑल दैट आई हैड टू डिस्कस विद यू ऑल. दिस वाज अ सीरीज दैट आई हैव स्टार्टेड for IPC. I have completed now in this video. I have taken up different offenses and 5 important judgments from different offenses. Now in the next upcoming video I will be starting with the next law. So stay tuned to iExamBee's Legal Bee. Don't forget to subscribe and prepare 50% faster with us at iExamBee.